Good evening, everyone. I'm Yi, and thank you for coming. May I ask you to think about the last time you wanted to wash your hands? Perhaps it was just an hour or two ago when you were eating dinner and there was some food on your hands. Or maybe it was right before you came to this auditorium after you used the restroom. In any case, when we turn our heads down the hall, there's a sink with a faucet that gushes clean water at the flick of the tap. Well, when I was in northern Thailand coaching basketball to the local children, the very first day after, I had dirt all over my hands. Naturally, I sought to wash my hands at one of the many restrooms on campus. We were in a school, and I figured, just like here at our school, I would be able to wash my hands quite easily. So I went ahead and tried the first sink. It was dry. I tried a second, a third. They yielded not a drop either. I tried every sink from every restroom on campus. Nothing. There was no clean water. Volunteering in northern Thailand really widened my perspective at just how severe the disparity was in this world. Adversity is so different from the bubble that we live in. These are the types of difficulties that you might only see from a documentary on the BBC. We went to a village on the border of Thailand and Myanmar called Ban Irigatai. Our mission, working with the Jai Christian Hospital and the Chinese Culture University Missionary, was to provide care to the local people. We set up a temporary medical station to afford basic health care to the locals, and we have visited the households of those who could not attend. On the student side, we hosted basketball and English camps for the local children. I would like to share with you two stories from my experience there that were unforgettable to me, and it really helped me to grow and to understand. When visiting a refugee camp, now the Huaxi Chinese, which used to be the Huaxi Chinese school, we encountered a family of 7 children and an elderly lady. We sat down with them. We told them where we came from Taipei, that we were here to help them. We listened as the lady told us their story of fleeing from their homeland, war-torn by the ongoing Burmese Civil War. As our priest was preaching to them in hope, I watched as a little girl wrap her arms protectively around her brother. This little girl, who could not have been more than 10, really stood out to me. She had eyes which carried such inexplicable weight. They were devoid of the light and happiness that a child her age should possess. I was really struck in that moment. It was when I realized the types of challenges and difficulties that children so young in their place have had to endure. For clean water, for warm food, for a safe and comfortable home. I felt powerless, and it was all I could do in my power to remember each and every one of their faces. For the remainder of the week, we hosted basketball camp at the local Enkhui school. The unpredictable weather meant constant thunderstorms that forced us indoors. Many of the children were barefoot, and the ground was unmaintained, and rough and uneven, and constantly flooded from the rain. But despite this, the children always remained enthused. Not a drop of rain or sweat dampened their motivation to participate in our activities. And as this was going on, it made me think back to our training in varsity basketball. Every single day, in a building right across from this one, our floors are squeaky clean, our courts are air conditioned. Each one of us brings 2 pairs of shoes to change. We have spare clothes, and we even get to take hot showers right after we're done. But despite all of this, we complain, we slack off, we barely lift our feet during practice. And quite frequently, we skip practice altogether to do homework, to sleep, or even to play video games. I feel ashamed. For me personally, there was a time when I was quite irresponsible and unmotivated. In 8th grade and 9th grade, I turned virtually all of my work late. Sometimes I didn't even do my assignments altogether, like my English final. And it was that period of time with COVID and online school when I was just really not in the game. And it took a long time for me to be able to get back on track, to be able to get myself together. I also volunteered a lot throughout high school, going to Yunli and helping underprivileged children in rural Taiwan. I spent time in 10th grade accompanying developmentally disabled children, helping them in learning. As high school students, when it comes to community service, we naturally think about the requirements of our school. How many hours do we need to graduate? Or to color our profile for college application. What looks good? What will get me to a good college? When I was doing these things at first, I fell into that same mindset too. And it wasn't until I had these experiences did I realize what they really meant for me. The growth that we gain from these experiences is more valuable than anything that we could have offered at that time. And I was certainly not mature enough as a freshman or a sophomore to be able to process these things, let alone to be able to share it on stage today. But seeing these things, learning more about the world, we don't have to fly all the way to Thailand in order to contribute. We just have to open our eyes, pay attention, and observe the world around us. Each of us here are limited in our roles as teachers, as parents, and as students. But I believe that there is not a threshold of achievement or power or status that is needed for anyone to contribute. If each of us are a drop of water, a trickle certainly can form a stream. But by gathering the efforts of us all, we will be able to create a surging river. And all it takes is for each of us to take that one step forward. In the face of adversity, we can fight against anything by standing together.